Primark. This is the Primark at Bluewater. Primark's all up and down the country. But I've been reliably informed that the other day somebody spent £500 and then another person coming a couple of days later spent £1,000. How can you spend £1,000 in Primark where it's well known for its cheap clothing and goods? Even £500 a lot, but I think is probably doable. But £1,000, I'm not sure. So me and Max had a little nose in the Bluewater store to see what the most expensive items were that we could spot, and if we could make sense of how somebody could spend £1,000. While we were in there, there was a suitcase that was £50. I think Max spotted a coat that was about £40. And there was a suit jacket that was £35, and I think the trousers are £20, so it's like £55 for a suit. But even so, no one's going in and buying 20 suitcases or 30 coats or whatever the maths is. So it got my brain wondering about theories how to spend £1,000 in Primark. I'm not going to go and try it. I don't have £1,000 to spend in Primark. I don't have £1,000 to spend anywhere. But I was thinking, maybe could it have been like a family of four, say, that are kitting themselves out for the year. So you'd buy a sort of 5 casual outfits for each child, and then 5 dressing up outfits for each child. And then you get to mum and dad. Dresses for mum, casual wear for mum, smart wear for mum, shoes, handbags, accessories. Dad as well, maybe bought a couple of suits, couple of shirts to go with it, some jeans, a few t-shirts, a couple of jumpers. And then if you jump into the homeware department, some towels, some bathroom goods, a few candles for around the house. There's nothing Primark don't sell these days, to be fair. But if you whack in a few pairs of pyjamas, a few other bits and pieces, and you think, oh, these look nice, these look nice. I suppose technically a family of 4, that's £250 a person. The kids' stuff probably a bit cheaper. Called it £150 for each child, and then that's £350 for mum, £350 for dad. When you break it down like that, that's a possibility. But does anyone buy their clothes for the year in advance? I mean, you've got to cater for all seasons, so you need a coat, and you need summer wear, and you need stuff that's in between. And like I said, Primark do a lot of stuff in their stores nowadays. But it just got me thinking, it just seemed a lot. I don't know if it was one person or two persons, I don't know which Primark it was at, and it probably happens more often than we realise, and not just in Primark, probably in a lot of clothes shops. Every single day someone would come in and do a bulk buy, a mass buy, of almost every... If it's a woman shopping on her own, has she gone in and bought, oh, I like all of them dresses? Is it for a YouTube haul video? It could have been. It could have been for a YouTube haul video, and they've pretty much picked up everything off the new range in the Primark for the men, for the women, for the kids, for the homeware products. But it just seemed like a lot of money in one store, especially one that's known for being cheap. There's no conclusion to all this, and there's certainly no judgment. People spend their money on what they want, but it's like someone going to Poundland and spending 300 quid. That's pretty much they're buying one of everything. And it's the same if you hear someone has spent £1,000 in a Primark. It just got my mind wondering, could you spend £300 in Poundland? Could you do that? Probably. Not everything's a pound these days. They have washing powder and things like that. It's sort of like, was it 4 for a tenner? Stuff like that. I'm not too sure. But you could probably do it, and it does soon add up. I've been shopping with Mrs. Val, and we've been in a Primark. We've been in Sainsbury's. And she puts this in the basket, and this in the basket, and this in the basket. And before I know it, we're on £100. And that's nothing to do with the price increases that have happened over the last 6 to 8 months. It's nothing to do with the cost of living crisis. It's just it does add up quickly. So I started the video wondering how you'd spend £1,000 in Primark. And I'm ending the video almost answering my own question. When you start putting things in the basket, it does soon add up, regardless of the cost of each individual item, regardless of whether you're in a posh shop or a cheap shop, a Poundland, a Primark, along those ranges. it does soon add up. So I think during the course of this video, I have answered my own question, as I say. The only sticking point with spending that £1,000 in Primark is their baskets aren't particularly big and they don't have trolleys. So was there a group of people and one person paid the bill? We'll never know. This just come from third-party information a couple of weeks ago and it got me thinking, I'm going to air my thoughts on that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video of me prattling on about someone spending a lot of money in a particular store. We've certainly not been sponsored for Primark for this video. Maybe we should be. Primark, if you're watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. And email us if you want us to do some sponsorship. I'm going to go to another store now and see how much money I can spend in that.